Let's go. Come on. Went 1-1, but with a 2 risk to reward ratio that is going to put us at a cool profit margin of being up 20 points on the day. Yeah, so we took 1 L right here. I got stopped out for 20 points, and then we took 1 dub up here and hit TP for 40 points. So that means we finish up on the day 20 points. But hey, 20 points is 20 points. That puts us up a total of 60 points on the week so far. Absolutely awesome. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into today's recap. As per usual, we'll just go ahead and replay over to market open right here, and I'll show you guys over on the 5-minute time frame exactly what zones I had drawn out and exactly what I was thinking going into market open this morning. The very first zone that I had drawn out was this area up here, as well as these relative equal lows right down here. You can see that this low over here was just barely formed by the bottom of that wick. However, I was noticing that this area right here was a little bit of a range, and I was looking for a breakout and hold of either direction of this range in order to play a continuation of a newly formed trend. You can see here a little bit of subtle foreshadowing, if you will. You can see my tools to play shorts to the downside here and then longs to play to the upside here. Unfortunately, did get stopped out of that first one. We're going to go over exactly what happened in a second. I also had these higher time frame, or not really higher time frame, just kind of more significant areas of liquidity or highs, if you will, just whatever you want to call them. They are just significant highs is what I'm going to call them. Had those two marked out. Also had this one marked out all the way down here. Basically was just looking to, you know, either take a long setup if we broke and held above this zone, or take a short setup if we broke below and held below this zone. I was looking to take a short setup. Going into market open, 5-minute Hikinashi was red, so I was favorable of the downside. We'll drop down onto the 2-minute and the 1-minute and show you guys exactly what I did. Market opens up right here. We'll just mark that out with that red line as per usual, and we'll just go ahead and replay this thing. Bang, market opens, immediate dump off of open. Not looking for anything, you know, like I said, my confluence waiting for either a close above or below the zone. Bang, right there we get that first close below this zone right here. So now I'm looking for us to hold this low, maybe, you know, come up here, retest it, show a little bit of more weakness out of it, to possibly continue down, and then also to target that higher time frame low that I had marked out. Liquidity, whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm going to be calling it liquidity, just a low. I know I feel like the term liquidity has become like cringe in trading as of recently, especially because, I don't know, I think smart money concepts, ICT, all that stuff is overplayed. It's great, it works. I use fair value gaps sometimes as extra confluence in my strategy, and liquidity sweeps breaker structure as extra confluence in my strategy. Sometimes I just think that the terms are extremely overplayed and cringe to say sometimes, so we'll just call it a low. We do end up holding the zone pretty well. Didn't take an entry yet because I did anticipate us pulling back into the zone, especially since we had so much imbalance as a dump off of that open. Bang, right there we get a little bit of rejection. Actually took my entry off of that candle right here. Got a really bad fill again. I think right after this thing closed, we immediately shot down. Got a really bad fill. I was trying to have my fill so that my stop loss would be above this high. Again, something I've been talking about over the course of the last couple of days. I've been trying to make sure my stop loss makes sense in terms of levels within the market, right? I'd much rather have my SL be above this high than below it, because if we are going to reverse, we are most likely going to target this high. Anyway, take my entry right there, 40-point TP just down at that level, SL just below this low right up here. That candle, really nice. Anyway, took my entry. We're in this thing. We are up a little bit. We started to hold that low. I kind of got pretty scared after that candle. 5-minute Hikinashi was red, so, you know, everything was lining up. This was honestly an A+ setup. Same setup as yesterday. That's the thing. Same exact time. You can see within the first 5 minutes of the market. Yesterday, our first setup was within the first 5 minutes of the market as well, and it was this exact same setup to the downside, so I literally felt like I was playing the exact same setup as I did yesterday. Anyway, Phil, you know, unfortunately, market does what it wants. We were up a little bit down there, but then we do end up just getting stopped out. We held that low very strong. But now, since we closed back above this zone and Hikinashi did end up flipping green right over here, I was now looking for longs. However, I was not looking to play anything in this zone just because it is such a strong range, and we have just so much room for consolidation and kind of, you know, bad price action, unsure movements within this area of, you know, just this higher time frame range that we had drawn out on the 5-minute, like I went over earlier. We had that drawn out, so I was specifically waiting for, I did not mean to do that, what the fuck. Anyway, now I'm waiting for a break and hold, possibly above above this zone right here to play longs. Also, that's going to line up with our 5-minute Hikinashi trend. So bang, bang, bang. Nothing yet. We're just patiently waiting. Pretty sure I was playing the Wordle at some point in here. News came out right here. We had 2 red folders. I don't even remember what the sentiment was. I don't really care for news that much, to be completely honest. I prefer not to be in trades while news is actually happening, which I think is a good rule of thumb. But, you know, usually the move happens within, you know, just a couple of minutes of news happening. I feel like a lot of traders, especially new traders, tend to think that they have to play with the news sentiment 2 hours after the news came out, which I personally don't think is the case. I think that the move, you know, happens within the first couple of minutes, and then market kind of starts to return back to normal price action. Anyway, right here, we do end up actually breaking above our zone right here. I went ahead and checked the 2-minute as well. We did close above it on the 2-minute. That's great. 5-minute Hikinashi is green as well, as you can see over there on the right hand side. Now I'm looking for us to just hold this area above this zone and then possibly show maybe just a little bit of consolidation, maybe a little pullback, retest of this zone, just anything to show me that we are going to make our next leg up. I'm always looking to get in at sideways movement or consolidation or a little bit of a pullback. Every trend consists of 2 parts. You have a move up, which would be something like right here, and then you typically have pullbacks or consolidation, which is what this right here would be considered. So we started this uptrend down here. We had our move up, but this is what you would call a leg up. We had a pretty big pullback here, and then we had a leg up. We had a little bit of consolidation slash pullback, a leg up to break above this zone. Now what I'm looking for is for us to make that next consolidation or pullback and show me strength within that pullback or consolidation to prove to me that we are going to make our next leg up, which is this, you know, more expansionary move. So now that's exactly what I'm looking for. Boom, we're holding right there. That candle looked good. I wasn't fully sold on it just yet, however. That was the close on the 2-minute as well. However, I wanted to see more of a retest. I wasn't positive that this thing was going to go right away, especially because we did did break above a significant level, and usually when that happens, we tend to just consolidate a little bit. So boom, right there is when I took my entry. As you can see, we had another candle right there, bottom wick, another one right there, bottom wick, another right there, bottom wick, another right there, bottom wick, and we actually did close green and bullish engulf this candle right here. You can see that the body of this green candle is actually fully engulfing the red body of the previous candle. That's a bullish engulfing candle. It's just good as extra confluence. It's a good signal that, you know, buyers are strong at this current point in time, which they were. So boom, took my entry there. We were targeting once again 40-point TP, 20-point SL, which was just below this zone. Ideally, an entry down here would have been better so that my SL would have been below this low right here, because that right there is a pretty significant low within this uptrend that we've been making over the past, like, I don't know what this was, maybe 25 minutes or so. After seeing that candle, I was fully sold on this thing. Also went ahead and checked on the 2-minute. It was looking bullish as well with these bottom wicks that we were having. So bang, I take my entry right there. Stop was just below the zone, which is not bad, but ideally I would have liked to have it down there. However, we still ended up hitting TP on this thing. I got a little nervous when we came up, took out that high. Remember, that's a high that we had marked out on the 5-minute time frame right there. So I got a little nervous when we took that out and then instantly rejected off of it. But I stayed true to my rules, stayed true to the strategy that I have tested over and over and over again. Came back down a little bit of drawdown. This consolidation was kind of freaking me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. We were joking about it a little bit in the Discord, you know, my head guy, if you know, you know. Anyway, bang, right there, that candle. Oh my gosh, I was so confident in this thing. We end up ripping up. So a little scary. You know, we didn't have the cleanest move up as I would have liked. However, we did end up hitting TP on this thing, which is absolutely great. And then I think right now, yeah, we actually did have a huge sell-off after pretty much taking out both of these highs. We ran up quite a bit, an extra 30 points after I hit my TP. Huge dump. And it looks like we are continuing this uptrend now, especially on the higher time frame. This thing still looks good for longs in my opinion. But yeah, guys, super honestly clean price action day. Smart money concepts people would have absolutely loved a setup. You know, if you are smart money concepts, basically right here I see accumulation, manipulation, then distribution. I don't trade smart money concepts anymore, but when I did, pretty much the setup that I would take was having these lows marked out as well as these highs, waiting for one to get taken out as a liquidity sweep, and then a break of structure to the upside, and then a fair value gap retest to enter, stop below these lows, and then target you know, the resting liquidities on the opposite side. So today and yesterday, that setup actually would have played out perfectly, because you would have got probably a long setup right around down here. It's actually what Habibi did. He doesn't trade smart money concepts, but he did get a long setup right around down here. He ended up catching 100 points, which is absolutely crazy. So, but that's good. Anyway, we ended up on the day just up 20 points, so we're up 60 points on the week. Really good for me. You know, I haven't been taking as many trades as normal. I've been kind of straying away from 3 to 4 trades a day and kind of just going for 1 to 2 and looking for those really banger setups. Both of these setups I'm going to give an A+, and I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for taking 2 A+ setups today. You know, even though we lost this one, I'm still going to consider it an A+ setup. Just because you lose a trade doesn't mean that it invalidates it being an A+ setup whatsoever. Still met all my rules, everything that I've tested, you know, 5-minute Hikinashi, everything that we go over pretty much every day, it lined up with. So did this trade. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it from me. Hope you guys traded well today. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. I'm just posting every day. I've been on the grind. It feels really good to be on the grind. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you. We are going for 1,000 subscribers. We're a little over halfway now. We're about to hit 600, which is just crazy. We just hit 500. So yeah, thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you tomorrow.